I'm Denise Genovese, Associate Editor of Unquote, and I'm here at IPEM, the Private Equity Conference in Cannes, with Christine Panier from the European Investment Fund. Christine, can you talk a bit about what the fundraising trend has been like in the last 6 to 12 months?
Well, the fundraising trend has been quite buoyant, with increasing money flowing into the market, and which makes it, of course, at the same time a little bit challenging, because, of course, the discussion with the GP needs to be quicker and needs to be more efficient. So in the end, it's actually quite efficient for us. It's, of course, more competition from our side to enter in the best funds. On the other side, it's also a very good opportunity, because we have seen a lot of new proposals as well, people sort of taking advantage of the current fundraising situation to raise new funds, to propose new ideas, spin-offs, new teams, new strategies, etc. inside the same fund manager sometimes. So it's, of course, getting much more varied and much more interesting for us, because we can think about something new instead of doing more of the same.
We hear a lot about how buoyant the mid-market is and how price tags for prized assets are soaring, valuations are high. Are you concerned as an LP that the valuations might not pay off and your GPs overpay?
I think we need to be even more selective in these times, of course, because we don't want to enter into GPs who would systematically overpay even for good assets and not develop the asset further. So for us, it's even more important than in the past to select very good managers who can pay, sometimes overpay maybe, but would create the best out of these investments. So in the end, they would be able to still have a very good return on these investments. But it needs much more work than before, because, of course, you don't expect prices to go again further up. So you have to work much more on the assets, and the GPs need to be even more proactive than in the past on their assets to develop them.
And how do you go about choosing and being so careful in choosing your GPs then?
We have existing relationships, so we are able to judge on the real value creation these GPs are able to make. So we have concrete examples of what kind of build-ups they have made, what kind of restructuring they have made if an investment has gone not so well as expected. So for the existing GPs, actually, it's not too difficult for us, I would say, to judge really what is their capacity in bringing value, and also their capacity in potentially, if the market was going down at a certain point, the capacity to again bring their companies back on track. So that's of course we have a very large panel of GPs already. So we can compare, we can really understand country by country how it can go. And for the new teams, of course, it's more of a bet. So it's more judging about the people, what is their experience, are they very senior, have they sometimes lived on different cycles of the market. So it's more of a judgment than anything else, but we do it as well, and I think we have a good experience on that as well.
What would you say the main challenges are for European private equity in 2019?
I think one of the most important challenges would be definitely succession, I would say. So that not succession in the sense of people, only in the sense of people retiring and needing to find a replacement, but really preparing the company step by step towards growing in volume, and also, of course, replacing the generations very smoothly, not waiting for the last minute. So being able to recruit new people now. Yeah. To make it possible for these people to be the leaders of the management team in 10 years, 15 years. So it's really, we look at